Hello, my friends, it's Johnaroth, and today we want our opponents to scream. Scream the words, "Don't blink," as we blink numerous cards across our deck with Phelia, Exuberant Shephard. Phelia is a 2-mana 2/2 dog that has flash, which is very crucial. Means we can cast Phelia on our opponent's turn. Whenever Phelia attacks, exile up to one other target non-land permanent. At the beginning of the next end step, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. If it entered under your control, put a +1/+1 on Phelia. So Phelia starts off small but can grow bigger as we blink some of our own creatures. So we've put in this deck a lot of creatures where they come onto the battlefield where we get some sort of bonus or benefit to it. Some of the examples of this would be Charming Prince, where you can scry 2, gain 3 life, or exile another creature and then blink it as well. Ambitious Farmhand to get some more land. My personal favorite, Solitude, which exiles another target creature. If you have Solitude on the battlefield and you're attacking with Phelia, you can basically remove a creature from the game from our opponent over and over and over again. So there's a lot of really good blink effects in this deck. As you can see looking at this deck, it's really low to the curve. We have a lot of 1-drop spells, a lot of 2-drop creatures and some support, a few 3s, but as you can see, there's very little at the top of the chart. There are also a few cards in here that you can pay different mana costs for. So like Combat Thresher, you can pay 3 mana and it comes onto the battlefield as a 1/1 double strike where you draw a card. But if you blink the Combat Thresher, it will come back at its bigger form, the 7 cost, which is a 3/3 double strike that gets you another card. So there's a lot of great synergies in this deck. The goal of this is to be as aggressive as possible and keep hitting your opponent, overwhelming them early in the game with the value that you have. The deck has roughly 33 lands in it in totality, and that is because we have a lot of cheap creatures in our deck. I usually try to run about 40 lands in a Brawl deck for the most part, but when we have such a low curve in this specific deck, it's really not conducive to have more than 33, 34 lands. So I think what's probably best is I just show you the blink value and how you can get some serious value out of this commander. So let's take Phelia into the queue and make our opponents quiver in fear right before we blink. Let's go. Okay, our very first game is against Sithis Harvest Hand. Very, very strong commander. This hand does have some ramp. Maybe Mana Tithe can help protect us a little bit. I like having the Novice Inspector. We're going to keep this. Start with the Novice Inspector. Sithis is a super strong commander. Whenever you cast an enchantment, you gain 1 life and draw a card. So they're probably going to try to get Sithis out as early as possible. Okay, they're going to curse us to probably slow down Phelia. That's okay. I'm hoping on our turn we're going to get out the Arcane Signet and then hopefully our opponent tries to cast Sithis and we can Mana Tithe it. But we'll see. Okay, we're going to swing in. Okay, we got him with Mana Tithe. We did it. Whew. It's really, really good. Unfortunately, we did not get a land. I'm going to get the Palantir going. Attack. I'm going to keep the Solitude on top. Hopefully he puts in the graveyard. That'll deal 5 damage. We'll see. Yep. Okay, he's going to seal it from existence, which is very unfortunate. I'm going to get out the Sarah Paragon. We're going to keep hitting. Down to 14. Hopefully he tries to summon Sithis again this turn. He does. Okay, we're going to summon Rasad to exile Sithis. Keep hitting him. Down to 10. And our opponent scoops. Our first game with Phelia, and we didn't cast Phelia. Good game. Good game. Okay, our second game is against one of my least favorite commanders of all time, Itali Primal Conqueror. This hand does have some removal. We can cast Evasion on turn 2, potentially, or get lost if he has an elf. I am going to keep this hand. Okay, get up the Spring Drum. Okay. I'm going to cast Invasion to take a look at his hand, see if we can slow him down. Let's see what he's got. Circuitous Root, he has Nissa. I'm going for the Cultivate because I don't want him to cast any ramp as much as we can. Witch Enchanter, Disenchanter. I'm going to put this land down. Do I want it to be tapped? Yes, I think I do. We'll cast Phelia. Okay, we have Phelia on the battlefield. I'm going to cast the Novice Inspector. Get a clue. Going to attack with Phelia towards the invasion. And we're going to flicker the Novice. Okay, pump up Phelia a little bit. Okay, cast Circuitous Route to get 2 lands. It's getting close to a tally time, which is scary. Very scary. I'm going to get a clue. Okay. We do seem woefully lacking on lands, unfortunately. I'm going to try to take this clue and see if we can get something. Teleportation Circle is definitely not it. Good card, but not what we need. We're going to attack his face, attack the invasion. I'm going to submit 0. This will help pump up our army. Going to put down the Chrome Mox. And what do we want to get rid of? I think Loran is probably not going to help us too much here. Okay. Guys, get bigger. He summons a tally. Hopefully he doesn't get anything too bad. Okay, gets a Carotid. We are going to get lost. The Itali. Okay. Put down a land. Don't really have too much in the graveyard. I'm going to use the Skyclave apparition to get rid of the Carotid. Then we're going to... So we're going to use the Springleaf Drum to get Takeja's Welcome onto the battlefield, but I'm just going to do Pressure all the way around. Pump up our team. Keep hitting him. And hope it's enough. Okay, he has a Tyrannax Rex. Super strong creature. Looks like he's trying to pump up the Tyrannax Rex. It's a 9/9. He is going to attack. Okay. We're going to get some poison counters. Fortunately, we can't use the Skyclave Apparition on the Tyrannax Rex. We could blink him, but that's not really going to do very much. So I'm going to summon the Sarah Paragon. Just go for an all-out attack. Let's blink his token, so he can't use it. Okay, we got him down to 6. So we have a decent chance of winning this. See what our opponent does. We do have the Light Shield Array, which can give our team hexproof and indestructible. Okay, he does. Oh. Unfortunately, I think we just lost the game. Because of the Terror of the Peaks. Let's see. I don't know why our opponent is not just hitting our face. The opponent really should be hitting our face right now. Okay, I'm going to sacrifice the Light Shield to give our team hexproof and indestructible. Okay, so he does have a blocker that he could use for the Sarah Paragon, unfortunately. Okay, how do we win this now? Okay, our opponent's attacking. I am just going to disregard it because the Sarah Paragon's literally the only thing we have that has a chance of getting through because we need to kill him this turn, if at all possible. We can flicker the Terror of the Peaks. But that would only do 3. Unfortunately, we can flicker and deal 3, but he's just on the backswing going to destroy us. I really don't see a way for us to win this game. We can put down the invasion, but honestly, that's not going to help us. On his turn, he's going to swing, and we could block the 10-10 and Kogla, but the Tyrannax Rex would get through, trample. I think our opponent has us, so we're going to say good game. And we're going to concede. Okay. Our next opponent is Liliana the Veils. This is a discard mono black deck. I really respect any mono black deck you can find. I like this hand, except we only have one land. That's the problem. So I think we're gonna have to mulligan. We can't go off of one land. Well, now we have 3 lands and a Chrome Mox, so pretty sure we're good on the land component. I think we're going to keep this hand. I'm really not a fan of mulliganing down to 2, so we're going to put down the Chrome Mox, use Rasad to power it, and keep up Phelia for our next turn. Okay, we're going to exile a card from our hand. I'm going to get rid of the Field of Ruin, because I do want to keep Get Lost as well as Inspiring Overseer. Let's bring out Phelia. Our next move, we're going to summon Inspiring Overseer to gain a life and draw a card. We're going to attack. Blink the Overseer. Draw another card. We get our Pearl Medallion. Okay, he's going to get an Arcane Signet out. Combat Thresher. That's a really good card. I have to bring that out. That's good. It's a 1/1 double strike that allows us to draw a card. But when we flicker it, it's also got a cost of 7 that becomes a 3/3 double strike. And it comes back as the greater cost. So now it's a 3/3 double strike, where before we paid the 1/1 cost. If that makes sense. And we got to draw another card. So he's got Ganti. Okay, he takes a card. I'm going to put down the Pearl Medallion. This is tough. I definitely want to... I think we have to stop his ramp, unfortunately. So I don't want him doing some sort of board wipe. So I'm gonna use Loran to get rid of the Arcane Signet, get rid of Ganti so we can go in for the attack and swing in, and yeah, it's over. Good game. Yeah, our next opponent is Turgid, God of Fright. Turgid is a very scary card. Our hand starts with Chrome Mox land. We've got some Flicker effects as well as the Combat Thresher, which can get us more cards. I am definitely keeping this. I'll put down the Chrome Mox. And let's put the Guardian underneath because I want to keep the Rasad to exile. Hopefully he doesn't have like a fatal push or something. Or cut down. Those would be scary cards, but... Oh, he has a Chrome Mox as well. Such a powerful magic card. It's an artifact that you can tap to add 1 mana of any color from the whatever card you exile in your hand. So usually, obviously, you'll exile a card that's tied to the colors of your deck. So, and he summons Waste Not. I'm going to summon Phelia right now. And we are going to get some value because we're going to cast Combat Thresher. Draw a card. Going to attack with Phelia. Flicker the Combat Thresher. So it comes back as a 3/3 double strike creature now, which is huge. Our opponent has 3 mana. He's going to use the Demon's Disciple. I will sacrifice Phelia because the Combat Thresher dealing 6 damage a turn is just too good. So I'm going to put down a land, attack with the Combat Thresher. Hit him for 6. We're going to keep the Aven Interrupter up. I'm just going for maximum damage right now. Okay, he's going to look for a Grim Tutor to get another card out of his deck, whatever card he chooses. Our opponent is looking for something carefully. He's down to 14. Tries to cast Innocent Blood. I'm going to use the Aven Interrupter to plot that card so it goes back in the hand. We're going to go for the full-out attack, deal 8 damage to him. We'll also have Phelia on reserve so that on the next turn we can flash Phelia in an attack. He'll be down to 6, potentially less on his turn. There's really not going to be an easy way for our opponent to recover. Even if he casts the Innocent Blood, we'll just sacrifice the Aven and keep the combat on there so that we'll deal 6 more damage. He's dead next turn, no matter what. So, really good game. Okay, our opponent gets to go first and is playing Esika of the God Tree. Esika is very scary. Esika is a ramp card, however, I am going to keep this hand because it does have a couple lands and because of the Curse of Silence. Esika is scary enough because she can tap for mana, however... Oh my gosh, he's going to Thought Seize us too, so he's going to take a card out of our hand. However, the Prismatic Bridge on the back is the true scary enchantment. Okay, gonna summon the Novice Inspector, get a clue. The Prismatic Bridge says at the beginning of your upkeep, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature or planeswalker. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So basically, once he gets that out, he can summon creatures every single turn. Okay, I'm going to summon the Norn's Fetchling to try to get another land. I just realized that this is an alchemy card. I didn't know that it was when I put it in the deck. Huh. Have to make an update on that. Hit him for 1. Pass the turn. We need a land. Our opponent apparently was not in good shape mana-wise. What we probably would have done would either get a land, have Phelia up, and then cast the Curse of Silence to make the Prismatic Bridge more expensive, or worst case, attack in and either flash in Phelia or use the clue to draw a card to get another land. Either way. Good game. We do get to go first. Having Moxes in our hand is amazing. We can get 3 mana on our first turn, which is awesome. I have to keep this. Once again, we're being paired against Esika, the god of the tree. Really confused why we're getting paired so much against this, but put down the Chrome Mox, exiling the Reclamation so that we have enough mana. Throw down the Mox Amber. I am going to summon Phelia so that we can use the Mox Amber. and use the Mox Amber to get out a Spring Drum. So we played almost our whole hand in one turn. It's pretty crazy. Puts down a tapped land. I'm going to summon a Spirited Companion so we could draw another card. Going to put down the Legion's Landing, which will give us another creature, and next turn potentially flip over to a land. We're going to exile the Spirited Companion so we can draw another card. Pass the turn. Look at everything we've got on the battlefield for literally 1 mana. That's crazy. Okay. We have another land. I'm going to attack with all. We'll flicker the Spirited Companion again because we'll already get the transformation effect. Then we're going to summon the One Ring. Draw another card. And pass the turn. Spirited Companion comes back, we get another card. If our opponent has another land and a board wipe, that would help level set the game. What I'm hoping for now is some sort of enchantment removal, though. Because if he gets out a the Prismatic Bridge, it's going to be such a problem. Unfortunately, he does have an Overlord, which kills Phelia. We'll put Phelia back in the command zone. We're going to use the One Ring. Get out some more cards. Going to attack. Opponent's down to 14. The question is do I want to... Oh, this is tough. I'm going to wait. I have to kill our opponent before he gets out the Prismatic Bridge as best as we can. Okay, I'm going to summon Phelia. He may have a counterspell, we'll see. Opponent looks like they probably have some more destruction in some way. They destroy the Chrome Mox as well as Phelia. Down to 2 on the Overlord. First things first, I'm going to activate the One Ring. Going to use 2 mana to get out the Arcane Signet. We have 3 mana right now, potentially 4 more. I'm going to attack. Got him down to 12. We have to discard a card. I'm going to discard the Norn's Fetchling. Okay, so he's going to cast Sterling Grove. He's hoping to protect his enchantments, basically. We're going to summon the Flanker as another attacker for our opponent. I'm going to put 2/+1/+1 Oh wait, no I'm not. No creatures left the battlefield, but if they had, then I would put +1/+1s on other creatures. Okay, he's going to soul partition that. The Overlord is almost free at this point. Put down another land. Activate the One Ring. Put down the Thraben Inspector. And I'm going to hold up the Restoration Angel for an attack on our opponent's turn. Got him down to 10. I'm going to discard the Clay-Fired Bricks and the Shroud. Okay, the Bodyguard as well. See what our opponent does. Okay, our opponent is going to summon the Prismatic Bridge. He is going to be able to get out the Overlord. I am going to summon the Restoration Angel, hopefully. We're going to flicker the Spirited Companion. So we can draw another card. And we're going to draw another card with the clue. We'll tap the Spirited Companion. Draw another land. Okay, how do we kill our opponent this turn? Delaney can make creatures power 2 or less unblockable by the Overlord. So we could potentially deal 3, 4, 5, 6 to our opponent. It was down to 9. That's pretty good. I'm going to draw another card though first. Let's see what we get. Okay, let's see. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to summon Delaney to make our guys unblockable. I'm then going to attack. Okay, our opponent is down to 3, basically. I'm going to put down the Loyal Steed. We're going to scry. We don't want any more lands. We don't want any more lands. I will take the Swords to Plowshares. And then let's summon the Phantom, the White Orchid Phantom. White Orchid Phantom destroys a non-basic land. Let's destroy his Triome. And let's destroy his other Triome. I'm hoping to just overwhelm him next turn with stuff. Okay. Let's see if we can win this. If he has a board wipe, we're in serious trouble. Discard a land, discard a land, discard a land. And he gets out a tally. Jeez. Yeah, that's pretty fair. Okay, he gets a Swords to Plowshares from my deck, so he's going to kill Delaney. It's probably a good move. We will gain 2 life. Looks like he didn't get anything from his deck. If he doesn't have a board wipe, I think we're okay. And he does not. So our opponent concedes. Whew. That was another very close game. Asika is kind of scary. The Prismatic Bridge is very scary. Getting out free creatures or planeswalkers every single turn. We just overwhelmed our opponent with the sheer number of creatures we had on the battlefield and the number of cards that we had. So really good game, opponent. Really good game. Thank you so much for watching my video featuring Phelia, Exuberant Shephard. Phelia is a fairly strong commander. I would put Phelia in probably the mid to low B tier. There's a lot of great value you can get with Phelia using the flash ability to get the dog onto the battlefield at the moment that your opponent really wasn't ready, and then start flickering some of your creatures or values in here to draw additional cards or to get the creatures stronger. The main way you can win with Phelia is being as aggressive as possible, attacking with multiple creatures every turn and relying on those value cards we have in our deck to draw you more cards to keep the pressure going. If you get into a long drawn out game, it can be hard sometimes to win with Phelia, especially since we're paired against very high value, high power opponent commanders. But overall, Phelia is a very good card and it's a good deck to play. I had a lot of fun playing a mono white deck. I typically don't play those. So please check out my deck list in the description below. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe. As a new YouTuber, I appreciate and will take any support I can get. I would also love to hear any comments you have below about the deck, suggestions you had, your experience with Phelia, or your favorite cup of coffee. Any information you want to put in there, I would love to interact with you as a fellow fan of Magic the Gathering. So thank you so much for your support. Have a great day.